Morning Eagles. I'm Flora Segoviano.
And I'm Angel Escano. Today is Thursday, February 18th, a 123 block day.
And you're watching KWHS News this morning.
We want to give you some food for thought with each theme, to start a dialogue and get us all thinking together, rather than so much difference. This week's theme is... Here is Suzelle with an interactive illustration to start us off.
Hello, my name is Suzelle Rea. I am the film producer for KWHS's Yuma-chan segment and an illustrator who loves expressing myself through creativity and other mediums of art. This week's word of the week is helpfulness. I believe that helpfulness is something that we should strive to learn a lot more about. So today we'll be talking about the importance of helpfulness in one's daily life and relationships. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a problem you had no idea how to solve? Or has there been a time in your life where you feel lost or unsure? I believe that we have all been there no matter who you are. Because we've all been there, I encourage you to be the helpful hand for others. For a loved one or someone you care about, it can even be a stranger you see pass the street. Be there for people who need it. Even just striking a simple conversation can help someone and make someone's day. Offering your help can also make people feel reassured of your care and maybe won't seem as shy with you as before. It sometimes seems like it does nothing, but the truth is, your attention really does help. In reality, showing love is the best thing you could do for someone. If we learn to be more open and approachable, the custom of helpfulness will grow. The reality is, you never really know or truly know what someone is going through. Though it might not seem like it, everyone has gone or is going through something. With your help, we can make our planet a better place for everybody. This is one of my first videos illustrating. I hope that this video inspired you or gave you some good life advice. My name is Suzelle and this was Interactive Illustrations.
Those were some amazing illustrations from Suzelle. It helped me visualize and understand the importance of being helpful. As mentioned, it's as easy as having a conversation with somebody. Of course, there are many different ways that you can be helpful. I hear that Vince has a very unique way to help around his house. Let's check it out.
Interests come and go, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have any. You might even find something on social media.
And it's a pretty impressive, relatively forgiving way to enter the world of bread baking, but my favorite way to eat it is with even more oil.
Starting a new hobby can be difficult. But don't worry, try to get used to it and persevere right through it. You'll probably enjoy it in the end. It's nice to participate in something that could benefit me and my family. My interest in baking bread has been helpful for the family because another appetizer or snack is on the table. Well, that's all the time I have for you. Now back to the studio.
I don't know about you, but that bread looks so good. This pandemic has made it really easy for us to isolate ourselves and stay inside all day on our phones, watching TV, sleeping, or even making bread. But it is important and very helpful to your mental health and physical well-being to take time out of your day to reconnect with nature.
It's an enjoyable, cloudy day. A great way to pass time during quarantine is being out with nature. Treat the earth with love and pick up after yourself. Continue to find inspiration through the world's joys and wonders. Bring a friend, maybe even two, or go by yourself. Just make sure to find some time for nature. It'll be worth it. Well, that's it for today, Eagles. Hope you guys all have a safe day.
With the AP test right around the corner, reconnecting with nature seems like a good way to de-stress. I should also take advantage of the online tutoring available for math, chemistry, and IEP on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2:45 to 3:45. More information can be found on the Eagle newsletter. Here's Kaylee with some more helpful tips on how we can all finish this semester strong.
Hi, I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Annette.
And we are going to help you with some tips on how to finish this semester off strong. The first tip I have for you is to set your alarm for 8:30 a.m. every night so that you don't miss class the next day. And if your teacher is offering extra credit, make sure to take advantage of this opportunity to stay ahead of the game. Another tip I have is to make it a habit to check Jupyter Grades and Google Classroom daily to check in on your assignments. Don't procrastinate. Use your time wisely to complete all your homework and assignments on time. Just get it done with to save you from stress later on. That's it for today. I hope you guys found these tips helpful.
And if you'd like to hear more education tips, please DM us on our Instagram at khs.news.
Now back to the studio.
I have to start thinking about what I'm going to write for my senior quote since it's due on February 28th. Should it be witty, comedic, honorable? Oh, I'm getting a call from someone.
Hey! Hello! Oh, you're just the person I need, the copy editor of the yearbook. So, I've been having trouble on what to put for my senior quotes. Do you think you can help me out with that? Yeah, for sure. Well, you want to capture your high school experience, and you need to know that these are going to be the words remembered by your class of 21. So make sure that the words are respectful, insightful, and meaningful. Okay, so I can write down anything? No, you can't just write anything, since the quotes are all going to be reviewed by the yearbook advisor and Olympian admin. Okay, so what are the guidelines? Well, the guidelines consist of no profanity, no codes or double meanings, no slandering, and no appropriate references. Got it. Thank you. I know exactly what to write now. You're welcome.
Senior quotes already. The end of the school year is coming by so fast. There's only about 15 weeks left. Can you believe it? Calling all underclassmen. Now is the time to start thinking about your classes for next year. If you have taken multimedia or are taking it right now, KOHS is the perfect class for you. Let's hear from some current KOHS members on why you should join, and Devin can show us a little behind the scenes. Hopefully you will find it helpful to see how him and his friends filmed their iconic show and skits.
Hey guys, I'm Dizzy. Let's talk about media-related course registration. If you've taken multimedia for at least a year, you are now eligible to enroll in either CTE Film and Digital Media, KOHS, or CTE Graphic Design, both of which will fulfill your F credit requirement. When you complete multimedia and one of these two courses, you will have completed the Digital Media pathway, where you will graduate with a CTE sash. Let's take a deeper look into one of these classes.
I really enjoy being KOHS because not only do I get to create videos, but I get to add my own personal touch to it and get creative with the process.
My experience in KOHS has been really good and really fun. It has allowed me to meet new people and break out of my shell creatively in order to make new and different segments every single week. this is something that I wanted to do in junior year, and just by joining this class it gave me more of an insight of what I could possibly do later on in university.
The projects that we work on include films, documentaries, PSAs. We script, storyboard, and plan them, and eventually get to filming and editing them, and that's where all the fun happens.
Hey man, have you heard about KOHS?
Nah, dude, have you?
I heard it's great.
We should try it.
Next year.
Next year.
We'll try it next year.
Yeah.
Hello Eagles, my name is Devin.
I'm Prince. And my name's Adrian. You may recognize us from our various skits and segments here on KOHS.
We've been getting a lot of questions on how we film and produce our videos, and it's a lot easier than you think. We don't use all this high-tech equipment or spend all this money. Instead, we do it our own way. Hopefully this will help all you future Eagles that are on KOHS. So we actually don't use a lot of equipment than you think. For audio, we don't have like those boom mics. We actually use an iPhone that's recording on voice memos, and we use a selfie stick. We have a Sony camera. That's probably like the most advanced thing we have. And we have a tripod. It's pretty cool. Let's go to the different locations that we film at. This is where we film the stuff you shouldn't say. That's pretty cool. Here's the infamous screen door where Prince sits sometimes. Here's the bush where we interview people a lot. There isn't really a lot of stuff than you'd think, but it still looks good because we all have that good mics. Why are you getting so close? So that's about it. Bye.
Thank you, Devin, for that fun insight on how segments are made in KOHS. As you've seen, we all work together safely in order to make the show more exciting for you. Being able to work well and help others is an important lesson that I learned this year. But it's also important to be helpful to yourself.
Hi, and welcome to the streaming and film report show for KOHS News. I'm your host, Shane Bennett, and today Who's there? Oh. Oh. Bad dog. Oh. 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 Who are you? You know who I am. I'm you. Why are you here? Yeah, no, you're missing your thigh. Don't forget, not only to help others, but also help yourself. Thank you for watching. Now back to the anchors.
As we just saw, Shade was being helpful to himself by giving himself a tie. But helpfulness doesn't just mean being helpful to yourself. You can be helpful to others by doing a small act of kindness every day. Don't have any ideas of what to do? Let's watch a day in Dean's life as he chooses to take on the task of being kind.
When I was in middle school, I was part of my school's news team, and every show we signed off with the same phrase at the end of each episode.
Remember to make it a great day, or not, the choice is yours.
Something that I found to be unrealistically optimistic then and now. Given how stressful life tends to get, it's often difficult to see the good in every situation, but I found that the best way to be helpful to others is to be kind and sincere. And so, on the day of filming for the ASB assembly, I set off to be as kind as I possibly could. Often being kind means more than just being nice to people. It can mean just being present for people and matching their energy. While it's a small thing, quality time can show one's appreciation in ways that speak louder than words. After filming, I hung out with a friend to safely catch up in person, listening to their thoughts and giving words of affirmation to let them know verbally that I'm there for them. While showing is often better than telling, reminding people of how much they mean to you is always a good habit to get into. Finally, I ended off the day by picking up a Valentine's Day gift for one of my closest friends. While gift giving isn't the most important facet of a relationship, it's the most direct way of showing that you're willing to spend your time and energy on or with someone. Being helpful goes beyond one's actions. You never know someone's story, and taking the time to show how much you care can go a long way whether you realize it or not. So, show your appreciation, and you might just save a life. Thank you, and back to the studio.
Being kind kind is a way to make someone else feel valued and loved. We're in need of that lately in order to keep our spirits lifted. We should all take some time this week in order to be helpful and kind in the real world. Speaking of the world, let's take a look at some current events with Jewel and Ashanti.
Since the beginning of COVID-19 in March, there have been approximately 27 million cases across the country with over 400,000 deaths, and these numbers continue to rise.
The count continues to dwindle. We simply will not be able to keep up if the COVID surge continues to increase.
Most hospitals have struggled with lack of supplies and equipment, short of staffing, and exceeded capacities. And what about the workers? Hospitals are filled and healthcare workers are risking their lives every day to protect the lives of others.
Fine line where you want to be able to put your life on the line and protect, but at the same time knowing that what you could be doing inside, you're bringing home with you and can infect your loved ones.
So what can we do to give back? How can we help those who work day and night to help everybody else? Follow COVID-19 rules and guidelines by staying home as much as possible, and when you go out in public, wear a mask and practice social distancing. The CDC now recommends double masking by wearing a surgical mask with a cloth over for better protection. Thank you to all of the Olympian parents and families that are working in healthcare. We appreciate and are grateful for your hard work. Now back to the studio.
This February is Black History Month. We honor African Americans who have made achievements and recognize their role in history. We dedicate this month to them for making a change and a difference to the world. Here are some famous African Americans we honor today. The famous Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Just last month, we celebrated a day dedicated to him. He managed to lead a civil rights movement with a peaceful protest. His vision of equality and civil disobedience changed the world for his children and the children of all oppressed people. Rosa Parks was an American activist in the civil rights movement. She refused to give up her bus seat to a white man, which was a very powerful moment in history. She reinforced the struggle for racial equality. The great Muhammad Ali is best known as the greatest boxer in history and for his social message of Black pride and Black resistance to white domination. He made many achievements and became a huge impact to the world. These are just a few of the African Americans that have impacted history. I suggest you grow your knowledge about Black History Month and learn how many more African Americans have changed the world.
That's all for today, Eagles. I'm Adriel Lascano.
And I'm Flora Segoviano. And this has been your KHS News Morning Announcement. Eagle out!
Eagle out!